श्लाघया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाचवेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। I'm sharing the screen, bro. Able to see?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so the book is Krishna Pahila of Conservatism, and we are on the peace formula. The real peace formula. Every living entity is searching after peace. That is the struggle for existence. Everyone from the aquatics to the highest form of human being, from the ant up to Brahma, the first creature of this universe, is searching for peace. That is the main objective. Lord Chaitanya said that a person who is in full Krishna consciousness is the only peaceful man, because he has no demands. That is a special qualification of a person who is in Krishna consciousness. He is akama. Akama refers to those who have no desire, who are self-sufficient, who have nothing to ask, and who are fully peaceful. Who are they? They are the devotees who are situated in Krishna consciousness. Any reflection on this?
Yes, Prabhu, I think if we need to have peace, first part, I think we should be selfless. I think we should have no demands. I think.
Yeah, I think having no desire, I think, is the hardest part, and not being self-sufficient. I think in one of the Ramayana classes, you were like, hey, we're all just lost people, which I think to an extent is very true. And navigating the world, no matter how much you have, seeing that even those who are millionaires, tens of millions, 30, like hundreds of millions, still aren't happy, then it's like, what more is it? Like, they're still seeking for something, but what is it? What's the difference, you know? And it still seems to be this elusive, like, peace. So I think this is actually the original thing that drew me to Krishna consciousness, honestly. So this search for why is it that even after I feel that I should have everything, feel very happy, still am not? What more is there?
Yeah, in your life and in the life of others also, you can see, even they are also not happy.
Yeah.
So yes, so this kind of questioning is very good, because questioning, doubting, the way people are going ahead in this life is a sign of intelligence. So those people who can take courage to doubt on the way of material life, the way the material life is going on, it's a big cheating going on. Nobody is actually getting to real peace and happiness. So, but they just don't have courage to question themselves, and many times they fail to even observe what to speak of question. Honestly observe others, how they are not happy actually. So this is how the whole world is going on. So nobody is actually peaceful and happy, because everybody is under the clutches of illusory energy and tormented with so many desires. So actually all these desires, they become the cause of peacelessness. The more desires means more cravings. The more one has material cravings, he cannot be peaceful. You can see that he'll be restless, because then he has to get into so many things. He has to take anxiety about so many things. Then he has to worry about so many things. He has to fear about so many things. He has to lament about so many things. Because there's so many things to gain or lose in this world. But a devotee of the Lord, he doesn't have to gain anything from this world, doesn't have to lose anything from this world. So he is self-sufficient, meaning he's happy with Krishna. That is the meaning of self-sufficient. So you need something, you cannot be just like without anything. So Srila Prabhupada writes many times, you cannot be without desire. You need to have desire because you are soul as a living symptom to have desires. But what kind of desire? The desire only to have Krishna in our life, only to serve Krishna, only to please Krishna. That kind of desire is not material desires. So we are not denying desires. We are saying more you have material desires, the more you have material demands, which is incompatible to your real constitutional position as soul. It doesn't go well. Then you will have so many varieties of anxieties and lamentations and fear and disturbances. But if you actually just have spiritual desires, meaning when you only want to serve Krishna, love Krishna, so then anxiety born of that, fear born of that, greed born of that is spiritual in nature. And that has the grain of peace, and it also has, the factor of bliss. Like Mother Yashoda is anxious about, feeding Krishna, and Arjuna is anxious about fighting and, trying to serve Krishna, follow his order. So Prahlad Maharaj is also, of course, he's not anxious about anything. He's just being with the Lord all the time, just remembering the Lord. So devotee of the Lord also may be like Prabhupada. Prabhupada was so dynamically engaged, and Prabhupada had such big desires to have so many temples. And Prabhupada said, I want to preach everywhere, all the time. What is it? I want to preach simultaneously, everywhere, all the time. Something like that. Prabhupada said, he has such a great desire. And it's happening also, you can see. To great extent, like somebody, I'm reading now here, Prabhupada's words, books. Somebody in other place also must be reading this right now. And after I stop, somewhere else, some other country, somebody may be reading. Same with Mangal Arati, Mangal Arati is happening here, but some other place, Mangal Arati is happening there. Like evening, sometimes I ask devotee, what happens? Mangal Arati mein the. So how? So ours is like evening, but for them, Mangal Arati is going on. So every point of time, somewhere the Mangal Arati is going on. So every point of time, somewhere Bhagavatam class is going on. Every point of time, somewhere somebody is reading Prabhupada book. There's so many books are distributed. So Srila Prabhupada is actually preaching to them simultaneously. So you can see Krishna is even kind of fulfilling that desire actually. So that spiritual, like see, when Hanumanji wanted to serve Lord Rama, and he was angry on Ravan. That's how he could burn the Lanka. Otherwise, without having anger, how could he do that? But that anger was transcendental in nature. So and that does not destroy the internal peace of that living entity. In fact, that's a state of bliss. So having those emotions also when it's ecstatic, because soul is nourished deeply. Because the whole thing changes. It's like it's a shift. The whole shift changes. I don't know what to give example. Imagine, let's say, you have milk. The milk you drink, you feel nourished. And the same milk has poison, so it will just, make you die. Forget about nourishment. It will just die. It will just drain out all your energy and will die. So same way, all these emotions, of anger, fear, greed, lust, all these emotions actually, just make the person almost die, because it's all based on material enjoyment, the poison of material enjoyment. But when the poison of material enjoyment is removed, and it has a seva bhav, the seva bhav is like, in the milk you add much more, like, nice sugar and nice honey and like cashew, and you can enhance the more and more. So it's like a pure milk actually. So that is nourishing. So same with these emotions are pure emotions, like anger and that fear of Krishna should be protected. Like Mother should be fearful. Oh, Krishna should properly or not. But she, out of intimacy, she forget that Krishna is God. So fear of going to Maya is good fear, healthy fear. So this kind of, they're like a spiritual emotion. So that does not destroy the peace of the devotee. So what is the issue is the material desires, material demands. That's what destroys the internal peace of any living entity. That's why devotee is called akama. That means he has nothing to give and take in this world. Nothing to give and take in this material world. Like that. He doesn't have to gain from anyone, doesn't have to lose by anyone in this world. That's why he can remain peaceful and happy and satisfied, because he has Krishna. He has service to Krishna. He is existing, for the sake of Lord. For the cause of Lord, all his activities are. So then he has that inbuilt peace and happiness and ecstasy. Clear, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's read further. Purit, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu. All others fall into three classes. One class is bhukti, those who are hankering after material happiness and enjoyment. These people want to eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy. There are different modes of enjoyment according to the body. People are searching after sense enjoyment on this planet, on other planets, here, there, and everywhere. Their main object is to gratify the senses. That is called bhukti. The next class is those people who are fatigued or frustrated in sense gratification and therefore want liberation from this material entanglement. And then there are those who, in search of knowledge, speculate about what the absolute truth is. Thus, there are some who want sense enjoyment and others, the salvationists who are seeking liberation. The salvationists also have some desire, the desire to be free from this material entanglement. Then there are those who are yogis. They are searching after mystic perfection. There are 8 kinds of mystic perfection which grant the ability to become the smallest, to become the heaviest, or to get whatever one desires. Ordinary persons who are after sense gratification and those who are salvationists or who are after mystic perfection all have some demand. But what about the devotees? They have no demands because they simply want to serve Krishna. They're waiting for the order of Krishna, and that is their satisfaction. If Krishna wants the devotees to go to hell, they're prepared to go to hell. And if Krishna says, you come to me, they're prepared to go. They have no demands. This is the perfectional stage.
Yeah, so that means the material circumstances is not a big deal for devotee. This is all material, right? Hell, heaven, rich, poor, honor, dishonor, profit, loss, happiness, distress, material distress, so comfortable, uncomfortable. So all these dualities, they are material. So devotee of the Lord, because he is fixed in his Krishna consciousness, in his service to Krishna, and Krishna makes him available. See, this is the wonderful thing. So devotee, because of his devotion for the Lord is always available to the devotee. So in all situations of life, he is with the Lord. Like Prahlad Maharaj is all throughout with the Lord because of his pure devotion. So the pure devotion towards the Lord automatically makes the Lord attractive, and the Lord and the devotee is always having the Lord with him. So he possesses that Lord. So it's just one Krishna prema dhana, nahi daridra jivana. Krishna prema dhana bina daridra jivana. If you don't have Krishna prema dhana, then you are actually a real poor person. Your poverty is not that you don't have wealth. Our real poverty is that we don't have Krishna prema. That's a real poverty. Because when you have Krishna prema, that's a real state of happiness. When you don't have Krishna prema, you can have everything else. You cannot be happy. What you're actually missing, what actually you're needing is Krishna prema. That's why we every day recite this verse, no? That to maintain the material desires, what is that? To not have complete faith in the chanting the holy name of the Lord, and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must carefully guard against all these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired goal, Krishna Prema. So this is what our desired goal is, Krishna Prema. Every day we recite this. So this is what we are wanting to attain, Krishna Prema. So when you attain Krishna Prema, then it's your constant commodity. Nobody can steal away. You can get any asset in this world, you can get bereft of it. But Krishna Prema Dhana, once you achieve, it's a constant commodity. So that's why you are self-sufficient all the time. You can be put in hell, you can be put in heaven, you can be rich, you can be poor, somebody can insult you, somebody can praise you. It doesn't matter, sorry, because I'm having my asset safe and secure with me. So that kind of security you get. That's why you're not affected. That's why it's Narayana Parasarve Nakutashana Bibhati Swarga Pavarga Narkeshu Apitulyartha Dashinaha. So the devotees of the Lord Narayana, they're satisfied and they're happy in all situations of life. If it does not bother them, whether they're in hell or heaven or they're liberated. Like that. So another thing is that there's a nice verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita that says, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakala Ashant Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ataiva Shanta. What does it mean? Bhukti. As explained nicely, Bhukti means those who are desiring material happiness. Mukti. Mukti, those who desire salvation. Salvation means also material desire. When you want to get rid of all the miseries, devoid of devotion, that's material. Right? So devotee is not worried about having misery or not misery. He is worried about serving Krishna, because if you don't have service to Krishna, that's a real misery for a devotee. When you're serving Krishna, even you're in miserable situation, you're happy. So that's what when gopis were asked that give the dust of your lotus feet so that Krishna can he can get rid of the headache, because he needs the dust of his devotees' feet. Everybody denied, nobody gave. But gopis, they gave so much of dust. And Nagari said, oh my God, if you know what is going to happen, you have to go to hell. You're giving the dust from your lotus feet and it has to be put on Krishna's head, and you will go to hell for this offense. Gopi said, we don't mind. We are happy to suffer in hell for eternity if it relieves Krishna from his headache for a second also, for a moment also. Because they exist only for the pleasure of the God. So for the devotee, misery is not the main issue. The issue is that they just don't want to forget Krishna. They don't want to be disconnected from service to the Lord. Look, quite hyperbole concept, but it's good to discuss and understand and adore and honor. This is the real Krishna conscious journey, Krishna conscious life. Yeah. Can you read the further? Mataji, you like to read?
Yeah, Prabhuji. There is a very nice verse in which devotee prays, I shall simply be conscious of you, my dear Lord Krishna, conscious, free from all material demands. Actually, because we are in material bondage, we have many demands. Some people want some gratifications. Those who are a little more elevated want mental satisfaction, and those who are still more refined want to show some magic jugglery of power in this world. They are all in material bondage in different capacities. Therefore, a person who is Krishna conscious prays to the Lord, my dear Lord, when shall I be fully absorbed in your thoughts or your service? Your thoughts are not simply abstract, concocted speculation. It is a practical mode of thought. I shall become peaceful. All mental concoctions, I want this, I want that, will be completely dedicated.
Yeah. So he's saying, devotee prayer, I shall simply be conscious of him, my dear Lord, Krishna conscious, free from all mental demands. So actually, because we are in material bondage, we have many demands. Some people want some gratification, those who want mental satisfaction. And those who are still more refined want to show some magical jugglery power in this world. So the Gyanis, and then there are mental satisfaction people, fellows are a little more higher, subtle some gratification. That's like emotional support they want, or intellectual titillation also. There are all material bondages in different capacities. Therefore, a person who is Krishna conscious, prays to Lord, my dear Lord, when I shall be fully absorbed in thoughts of your service, thoughts or your service, in your thoughts or in your service. Your thoughts are not simply abstract, contemplative speculation. It is a practical mode of thought. I shall become peaceful. So it's nicely said. Your thoughts are not simply abstract, contemplative speculation. It is practical mode of thought. So I shall become peaceful. All mental concentration. I want this. I want that. will be completely eradicated. So all these wants of the mind, no, they are simply concoction. That's what Shastra says. So the desires are born out of mental concoction. There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita also it says Manogatan. How does it start? I'll show the verse. Sarvan Partha Manogatan. That's what it says. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmani Evatmana Tushta Sada Pragnastu Uchyate. Read the translation.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind thus purified finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness.
Yeah, so you can see here which arise from mental concoction. You can see. That means all kinds of desire for gratification is mental concoction only. Mind concocts. This is how I'll become happy. This is called concoction, speculating. See, all desires are like this only. The nature of desire is like this only. You concoct. This will make me happy. The senses go for craving. Senses crave for something that, oh, if I get that, then you'll be happy. If you can gratify me, then you'll be happy. I promise you. Tongue says. If you just put gulab jamun on my tongue, I promise you, you'll be happy. So this is how the nature of craving is, right? And the mind is concocts. It says, yes, correct. This is how you're going to be. It's called concoction. There's the different way people get bonded. They get into bondage of so many things like that. So we become servant of all these concoctions, concocted desires. In that way, it's very miserable plight. The jiva suffers like anything. There's a verse that says, no, Kama Krodera Dasa Haya Kama Krodera Dasa Haya Kama Krodera Dasa Haya Khaya Lathi, something like that. And it says, Brahmite Kono Sadhu Vaidya Kam Kodara Dasa Haya. Okay, this also is nice one. Brahmite Kono Sadhu Vaidya like this. काम कदर दासा हैया तारला ठिखाए भ्रमिते यदि साधु वैद्य पाए तारोपदेश मंत्र पिशाची पलाए कृष्ण भक्ति पाए तबे कृष्ण निकट जाए. In this way, the conditioned soul becomes a servant of lusty desires, and when these desires are not fulfilled, he becomes a servant of anger and continues to be kicked by the external energy Maya, wandering throughout the universe. He may by chance get the association of a devotee physician. Devotee is compared to physician, whose instructions and hymns is like the medicine, make the witch of the external energy flee. The conditioned soul thus gets into touch with the devotional service of the Lord Krishna, and in this way he can approach nearer and nearer to the Lord. Nice verse, no? Kama Krodera Dasa Haya Tarla Tikhai Brahmite Kona Sadhu Vaidya Pai. Tara Upadesha Mantra. Is it tar? Okay. Taropadesha mantra Pishachi Palai Krishna Bhakti Paye Tabe Krishna Nikat Jaye. Very nice verse. Real peace found. You got it, no? Just read this last and then we will conclude. Our Puneet Prabhu has to read, no? Read.
I think Chaitanya Prabhu.
Chaitanya Prabhu is not written, no? Okay.
Yeah, I can read it. Okay.
You did not read until now, Chaitanya Prabhu?
No, I have not. This is
Oh, really? Oh, I missed you. Go ahead.
no problem. So I was missing the first couple of minutes. Sorry. Okay, we are hovering over the mental plane. We have given power of attorney to the mind, and the mind is driving us. Come here, go there. One has to stop such nonsense. I shall simply be your eternal servitor, and I shall be very cheerful, for I have my master. All others who are not in Krishna consciousness are guideless. They are their own guides. The person who is Krishna consciousness has the supreme guide. Therefore, he has no fear. For example, as long as a child is under the care of his parents, he has no fear. But as soon as he becomes free, he finds many impediments. This is a crude example, but similarly, when one becomes completely free from all mental concoction and engages 100% in Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day, he will be peaceful at once. That is peace.
So you're hovering on the mental plane. We have given power of attorney to the mind. So we have given our whole ropes in the mind's hand, and we are hovering on the mental plane, meaning we simply are serving the concocted desires of the mind. Come here, go there. One has to stop such nonsense. I shall simply be your eternal servitor, the Lord servant. That's what we want to have that. And I shall be very cheerful, for I have my master, that is Lord. All others who are not in Krishna consciousness are guideless, because then they are just misguided by the mind. See, because we cannot be independent. We have to follow either mind or Krishna. If we don't follow Krishna's order, then we are actually servant of our concocted desires of the mind. People don't know this actually. People foolishly think that they're free. But you can see those people who truly take the path of freedom, so-called freedom, they're the people who becomes actually so much victimized, get so many varieties of bondage. You can clearly see. Like I can see this, bro. America is a land of freedom, but I see the people are very much bound here. Much more than there's some kind of God consciousness. There's some countries where some God consciousness is there. They completely become victim of their own lust and anger and greed and pride, and become so much caught up in that. The apprentices are so we say it's a land of freedom. Then how can the people in the land of freedom have so much of anxiety and depression and psychiatric issues and crime, so much of trouble? What kind of freedom it is? So it's only freedom in terms of you are getting freedom from Krishna, trying to be having freedom of Krishna, no Krishna moderation, no Shastras, no Gita. Okay, be free. But what kind of freedom? You become simply slave of your mind then. And the mind starts, because then you are empowering the mind. Because as you disempower Krishna, I mean, you don't take shelter of Krishna. From your life, you are disempowering, you're getting disconnected from Krishna. And then you're empowering the mind, then you have to. And then mind takes so many varieties of concoctions, you see. You see, America, so much of concoction goes on. So many varieties of things they are trying to do to become happy. And varieties of things come up. It's all concoctions, actually. So all others who are not in Krishna consciousness, regardless, they are their own guides. Meaning, mind only their guides. The person who is in Krishna consciousness has the supreme guide, that is Krishna. Therefore, he has no fear. For example, as long as child is under the care of his parents, he has no fear. But as soon as he becomes free, he finds many impediments. This is a good example. But somebody when becomes completely free from all mental concoction, engages 100% Krishna consciousness, 24 hours a day, he will be peaceful at once. There is no peace. So by aligning with Krishna and accepting Krishna as a master, you can become peaceful. There's a verse another says, no? Jiva Krishna Das, Ei Vishwas, Kar le Tora, Dukhnai. Jiva Krishna Das, for living deity is the servant of Krishna. Ei Vishwas, if you can have just this faith, Kar le Tora, just do this, just have this faith. Dukhanai, you'll not have any misery. And it says, Maya Das, Sada O Das. The servant of Maya is always going to be morose. Krishna Das, Sada Bindas. Krishna Das will always be Bindas. Bindas means very peaceful and happy. Because you've got a good master. Just imagine, you have some, in this world also you find somebody who has a very good master. He doesn't have to worry anything. Master provides everything. He's a well-wisher. He takes care of everything. Like any company which takes care of all your insurance, health benefits, bonus, and if you want any time leave, you can take leave, everything is there. All facilities are there. And you'll be very happily wanting to serve that company more and more. Correct or not? And very peaceful. But if company is threatening, layover will happen anytime, layoff will happen anytime. Or technology is getting changed, you have to abreast otherwise. will demote you, or so many fears are there. Competition, fear, and politics. Then you are very insecure. But for Krishna, he is all capable. He's completely, absolutely capable. And when you have Krishna with you, then you have nothing to fear, because everything is in control of Krishna. That's why devotee has nothing to fear, because Krishna is available for him, and he doesn't really want anything material, good, bad. He doesn't care about it, because his heart is filled with ecstasy in being with Krishna. That's why he can be truly peaceful. 100% Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day, he'll be peaceful at once. That's real peace. So we'll pause here. Any reflection finally? Generally we do it till 8:30 only. Today we started a little late, so.
Problem. That's I think it's a little bit scary almost in a way, like being able to declare that you have that you value something so much that you're willing to go to hell. I think that line is a little bit like having that much faith in something. It seems a little bit like I don't even think I have that much faith in myself to do that, right? Like I wouldn't even listen to maybe that's a bad analogy, but I wouldn't do it if my boss said it. I wouldn't do it if my mom said it even, right? Like come at this age, right? After having known something. So it's like maybe when I was little, it would have been like, but I just think it's interesting. That's
So these things are difficult to imitate, because they're like, you can say, epitome of love. They can understand what is the meaning of real love. When the person is simply obsessed with this understanding or feeling of the happiness of the beloved, they don't have any consideration of one situation. So it's an extreme example of the gopis, how gopis are ready to go to hell. Of course, Krishna never puts his devotees in that situation of eternally hell or something, nothing like that. The devotee is always with Krishna and Krishna association. Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, there is one incident where King Chitraketu became Vitrasur. So he got in the body of demon, but Lord allowed that so that he could his devotional service can get accelerated, and he can quickly come back. That's the reason he gave him the body of the demon with Vitrasura. So even while he was in demonic body, also he was remembering the Lord. So nobody could understand he's a Vaishnava. Nobody could understand.
Yeah. We were talking about this at the end of the last retreat. It was Vitrasura asked for Indra to kill him with the arrow of Krishna. And Vitrasura was actually like the one that ended up seeing Krishna, and Indra was actually reincarnated or something.
Yeah, correct. Vitrasura is going to go back to the spiritual world, but Indra is supposed to rot in this world, getting the post for which he's fighting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's what we discussed last time. Yes. So, but it's not like eternally, Lord will keep anybody in hellish life or like that. That's not God wants it for anyone. But that's the nature of love. That you're ready to suffer. Like just like when there is a genuine love between parents and child is ready to take all trouble. So when mother is ready to take all trouble, doesn't mean the child wants the mother to be in trouble. Or the mother wants the child to be in trouble. But the nature of love is that they're ready to take any trouble for each other.
Yeah.
They say, no, I can die for you, you can die for me. But it's not like that you have to die or something. But it's a nature of love that you're so much having priority for that person that you don't worry about it. But other person, why he wants you to put in that situation. So Krishna is all potent. He doesn't want his devotee to have any kind of, he wants to take care of his devotee in the best way. But sometimes Krishna may put devotee in some kind of hellish situations just to glorify him sometimes. Like Prabhupada was in Jalduta in a very bad situation of Bauri, just to glorify Prabhupada. How he's otherwise, suppose Prabhupada would have been just in flight ticket, come to US, and 10 people are already devotee by Krishna's arrangement, and then he's got royal welcome and started kirtan in a very good way, and he would come Harvard talk, MIT talk, and the people are chanting Hare Krishna. Then we would have not cried tears for Prabhupada like that, the way we do now. The gratitude would have not able to express that way. So sometimes, Krishna will put his pure devotees apparently in some kind of tough situation just to glorify them.
Yeah.
Like flower, if you want to get the fragrance of the flower more intensely, how to understand really how fragrant the flower is, you have to sometimes squeeze it a little.
Mm.
Then you see, oh, no, same way, pure devotee of the Lord is sometimes put in a very squeezing situations. Then his fragrance is increased. We can
Mm.
see, oh, my God, what kind of surrender. In such
Yeah.
situation also is not giving up. So then his real glory is emerged out more. So that fragrance comes out.
I
But
see.
not like Lord is going to just do like this only all the time. It's not like that. You will just to show the world. See, this is my devotee. So we may do that. And for us, it may be a trial situation, maybe just a way to purify ourselves. So all these tests are not to, make us like fail in this world. Actually, the tests are not to fail. Tests are actually to make us more purified and grow in our Krishna consciousness. So there may be some tough situations sometimes, difficult situations, undesirable, some tough situations may come up. But that is just to intensify our devotion, purify our heart and intentions more. Actually, when the situations sometimes are not so expected and difficult, that's the time when we make more spiritual advancement many times. If you're faithfully, going on with our Krishna consciousness. If we approach those tests in the right attitude, then those are the time we make more spiritual advancement actually. So that way that sometimes the reversals are mercy of the Lord, which we not understand. Not sometimes. Lord, everything is Lord's mercy. If we can just see that, oh, it's a Lord's mercy coming, we can grow a lot. Okay, we'll pause here then. Hare Krishna.
Sorry, I didn't give enough time for Mataji and Puneet Prabhu's
Yeah,
reflection.
you want to share?
Yeah.
Anyone?
No,
Any
no
reflection?
problem.
Any reflection? Puneet Prabhu and Madhuri?
No Prabhuji.
Puneet Prabhu?
I think mostly is covered, Prabhu. Your
Yeah.
reflection. Yeah. So
Mm.
most part is covered. But yes, I think the only thing I thought about is I know the word hell might seem very strong, but I think let's say when you have a newborn, I mean, I'm sure women face a lot of hardship actually. If it had been anyone else, they would have treated differently. But because they have love, right? If you have enough love for something, you can actually you'll have enough energy, or you can transcend. You'll be ready to take that hardship without just out of love and not because you get something in return. So
What you said in the beginning, new things, new
like a newborn. So no, so I'm saying like the example, Prabhu.
newborn baby, you're saying.
Yeah, newborn
Oh,
baby.
mother has to take very hardship.
Yeah, it's so hard for the mother. Like there's so much thing going on. It's
Hellish
so
pain.
hard. Yeah, so no sleep. You just have to serve in a way.
Yeah,
Like,
go
you
ahead.
have to
Come.
serve the baby. There's nothing, right? So,
Right.
but still there's a love factor. You're not expecting anything from a baby, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So there's no expectations. You just have love, and I think that
Mm.
so yeah. So I think so that will transcend the normal, I guess, expectations people have in this material
That's a
world.
good analogy.
Yeah.
Actually, another thing I was thinking that when we are, it's another point, when we are having some difficult situations, at some point somewhere we have to keep ourselves aloof from our situations and our temporary material existence. We have to see us like bit separate from us. They get to be observant of us, us, because we are just going through a journey, some phase of life. So we have to see ourselves separate from that. And we should see that, oh, it's all Krishna's orchestrating to teach me something wonderful. Sometimes there may be a situation where people may not be honoring you. There may be sometimes some insults may be coming. It will be like very annoying. When you're in complete situation, you're absorbed there, it's very annoying. But you can just separate yourself from there. Understand, it's just a temporary phase what you're going. It's not you. No, the object of criticism and all that. It's like the phase, the situation, the people what they perceive about you. But you are like different person. You are a pure soul, Paramasana of Krishna. So putting ourselves separate from that situation and even that perceived personality, and understanding you are actually true servant of Krishna. So that can actually give you much more inner confidence and courage to deal and grow in your journey also. You can better grow in that situation. And
Yeah.
that's how you actually start transcending the dualities more and more. When you're able to really separate out yourself like that and continue. And then as a separate person, then you are soul and you are part of a Krishna. You engage in devotional service, that's all. So you can laugh at your situation sometimes. Like Prabhupada laughed when he was lost in business. It was stolen, everything, he became like, bankrupt kind of. Prabhupada just laughed. He said, it's mercy of Krishna. They took away everything. And Prabhupada later said, when Krishna has to give, then he gives with 10 hands. Krishna he takes away from 10 hands. But later Prabhupada was given so much. Prabhupada that time also laughed. See, Krishna's joke. Now he is giving you so much. And that time he took away everything. So he's able to see himself separate from that situation. He's happy. Interesting, no?
Yeah, very interesting.
Mhm. Okay. So
Okay.
let's
Yeah.
go to the final
Okay,
part.
Hare Krishna then. Yeah.
of the part.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hare
Bye.
Krishna.
So Prabhu, tomorrow there'll be session from 7:30 to 8:30 if you want, you can join. I'll
Okay.
be giving the temple hall. So
Sure.
there'll be Sunday feast class. So 7:30 to 8:30 you can join.
Okay, sure. I'll try.